All right. So just a quick check on everybody. How's everybody doing? And how is your journey to the from unsubscribed to oversubscribed going? In no particular order, you can unmute yourself. Yes, Arzu.
I think I got one group
Hmm.
class and two one-on-ones,
Hmm.
and I wanted more, and I am still trying to fit everything in my schedule. So I'm
Hmm.
trying to think. I wanted too much. I'm so much more than this, but I'm still like trying to fit in just four people right now, which itself feels like a big task. So I'm like, ooh, so I have to fit these people in first and then include more. So I'm trying to think,
Hmm.
oh, if I want to go from here, how should I do it in a way that
Hmm.
is more create systems in a way that I
Hmm.
don't have to repeat doing all of this work for
Hmm.
everyone.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Any ideas that have already started to show up in terms of the how to avoid the repeating?
Um, so for the group for sure, I'm creating quizzes
Hmm.
and homeworks. So
Nice.
I'm doing that on a platform.
Hmm.
So that I can reuse that
Hmm.
course that I'm creating.
Hmm. Nice.
Um, for one-on-one, I'm creating it on a iPad, which I
Hmm.
think can be reused again, but I'm
Hmm.
writing it.
Hmm.
It can be reused again. Yeah. And I'm making sure that I'm doing it in a way,
Hmm.
first of all, systemizing them and putting everything in a folder and stuff.
Correct.
So when I have to give the same homework to another person, I can use
It's
the
already
same
there.
thing and I have to
That's right.
create it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for simplicity, if you, for example, if you use Google, like say the Google Sheets or whatever, kind of like what you guys have,
Yeah.
it's like saying now when I do the second batch, it'll be
Yeah.
built on the bones of the first
Yes.
batch, right? So pretty much it'll
Yeah.
be most of it, but some of
Yeah.
it will be either an addition or a tweaking because I'm like, okay, I feel this time round a little bit more because it's still in the early stages, right? If I run this for 3, 4 years,
Yeah.
then I know it just runs and people kind of get a baseline. Everybody gets the same baseline,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So the software that I'm using is a
Mm,
new software that I've not worked with. It's
mm.
similar, something similar to that I've used in school, and it is available for free as well, which was thankfully thank good for me.
Mm,
I do not invest right now.
mm.
But then I get in the glitches. Sometimes my students will say, hey, you created the quiz, but we cannot see anything on it. So like at night, they're like, oh, you were trying to do the quiz, but we don't see
Right.
anything. And then, like I spent like 2 hours fixing it and
Wow.
Googling and YouTubing. So then one time I had to create another Google forum like, hey, guys, please take this quiz out as a Google form because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm learning the
Yeah,
platform
yeah,
right
of
now.
course, of course. Yeah, and that is sort of like I said, that's why if you do have like a base that you've created, then you can always
Right.
because it's like saying if tomorrow you don't use that content, it's important. It's like saying if you're using an email software, always save the individual emails, the addresses as a CSV because the
Mm,
CSV is that's the .csv, right? So that is something that you can upload to any other provider if you decide to go from one to the next tomorrow,
right.
right?
Yeah.
So
Mm,
these are just tiny things, but at the end of the day, just that awareness of always having it's like on the phone or photographs, you always keep backups, right? So that
yeah.
kind of makes
Yeah.
life a lot simpler. Yeah,
We have not recorded this session. मेरे
it,
गए 15 मिनट.
it is
No,
it
it
is
is
it
being
is
recorded.
recording. We
हाँ
started.
अच्छा ठीक है
It is
ठीक है
it is
ठीक है.
it is
Hi everyone.
good.
I'm back.
Hello. So, so like I was saying, like one is of course just a quick reflection on what the week has been like, and if you've noticed anything in particular working from the oversubscribe point of view. And of course, if there's something that's not working, to also kind of reflect on that, right? As we slowly start to make tracks and switch gears to the second book, which is the 100 billion offers, right?
Yes.
Not all of it will be directly linked to what we're doing, because they will, like what Debasmita was briefly talking about, where when the moment you start talking about landing pages and stuff like that, you're kind of moving more into paid ads, which I would not recommend at this point to any of us, because it's its own tiny ocean. I say tiny, meaning that it's like you put one foot in and then it'll like take you on a different track. So at this
Yeah.
point, not necessary if you're
Yeah.
able to take some of the learnings from it, but keep it in the context of the oversubscribe.
मैंने अब मतलब I have not finished the
Mm-hmm.
oversubscribe partially पढ़ा है,
Mm-hmm.
but I've started reading 100 million leads also.
Mm-hmm.
So the I think I've read around 45 page
Good.
number. So the one thing which I picked up is to
Mm.
focus only on your lead magnet.
Mm.
Key work on your lead
Yes.
magnet and create multiple versions of it.
So since there are in a way a homogeneous group here, in the context of everybody here, you may have, like for example, specifically for Arzu, it is the, let's say the organic chemistry part is could be the lead magnet, right? Or if you go one, you zoom out a little more and you use the frame of iHypnosis and what you've learned in IHNLP, right? And you were to say, okay, what are maybe 2 or 3 lead magnets that can be created? A classic example is most of you, I think at this point, most excepting maybe Arzu, and of course you can of course watch the videos and you'll know what I'm talking about, where we do the iHypnosis experience. That is an example of a lead magnet,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what am I talking about? So Arzu, if you notice towards the end of the Saturday session, the last 1 hour is basically a lead magnet, but it's an experience-based lead magnet,
Yes, yes.
right? We kind of set the context. Hey, this is what this group is doing. This is me.
Yeah.
Now it's the group. Today, this person is going to lead you. Person steps in. Person leads the group, and then that kind of segues into me answering questions, asking questions, giving people a sense of possibilities, and then that's it for now, because they're already in a group. They're not cold audience. They're already kind of along the way, right? So exactly like you said, the key here is to find out what is your lead magnet that you can create. That was in fact what somewhere back of my mind, why I was thinking of the 100 million offers, sorry, 100 million leads along with oversubscribed,
Hmm.
right?
One thing which I did also today is, let's say, yours is an experience based.
Correct.
If somebody is creating a, just say Arzu is creating a pamphlet. So what I read today is
But the
चार चीज
pamphlet will not be the lead magnet, no? It's the
हाँ मतलब
content.
हाँ content
So
pam
what is the content is my question. Supposing, just as an idea, supposing if Arzu was still talking about your org chemistry uh, exam jitters,
hmm,
right? If you want to get rid of them, click here and let's set up a call. That could be a one-on-one or a one-to-many.
correct.
It's like, by the way, just as a, I'm sorry, I just suddenly remembered this. Do you remember, Arzu, when you attended a group session and you signed up immediately after that for the IHNLP?
Yeah.
So it works.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Arzu attended one free session, which was my last Sunday of the month. I'm just showing you how it works.
Hypnosis.
She attended the
Hypnosis.
hypnosis, which was basically the last Sunday of the month session. And she was already in the Telegram group.
Hmm.
Then just after that, I had started to talk, which is around Feb, March. I had started to talk about the IHNLP, right? And I said, pay a deposit and come in. And by then we were doing the groups. So she had come in for the group. And immediately after that, of course, because of the US thing, there was no GPay possible. So she added the bank details in, and I think about a day and a half later was when she signed up. I'm again just showing you that this works. As long as you have your sequence in place and it's a logical sequence where there's no unnecessary thinking required, people will respond.
Mm.
To me, go ahead.
What I was
Mhm.
thinking is कि what I read today, you are also doing it in a little different manner.
Yeah.
में लिखा था कि वो जो 4 चीजें मतलब there are 4 different ways and
Mm,
along 4 different ways which is software, technology,
mm,
uh, एक दो और क्या थे? I've written it down in my
mm,
notes.
mm.
He was adding one small gift
Huh,
with every of the 4 methods.
correct.
सो अगर आप सॉफ्टवेयर दे रहे हो उनको
Mm,
सॉफ्टवेयर दैट थिंग जो कि आपका एक लीड मैग्नेट है
mm.
along with that you are also giving them how to use it kind of a thing या
Correct,
फिर एक सैम्पल शीट बना के दे दिया
correct,
which they'll use and
correct.
if they further want to elaborate it they can
In this case, what was the gift?
in your that
You
free
pay
session
the deposit and
was our
you
gift.
get a free group session, meaning you get a group session as a bonus.
Mhm.
Versus saying pay the thing and then you show up 1 month later for the session.
Mhm.
So you're taking care of whatever questions people may have, and you're also getting a sense of who are these people, where are they on their journey. That's
Correct.
the logic. It wasn't just ऐसे ही नहीं दिया था. It was with that thinking of firstly testing to see from a group of 10 who's interested by
Correct.
paying money.
Hmm.
पैसे देने के बाद we're saying come. Depending on when you saw the offer, you either do it one-to-one or one-to-many. And in the one-to-many, they're getting a sense of, oh yeah, actually this could work for me.
Hmm.
And then they're like, okay, how do I, like, what is the process to sign up for the full program?
Hmm.
From a logic point of view. Yeah, go ahead, Devasmita. And then back to you, Meena.
Yeah, there are certain things which comes in my mind. First is the carousel. Okay, as a lead magnet, if we are going to Canva, it is free. Okay, carousel can be one lead magnet.
How is the carousel a
Second,
lead magnet?
carousel, when we
It's
are
a
giving the
device.
information,
What is, so again, zoom out. What, when we say lead magnet, what is it?
okay, like PDF, PFF,
Zoom out, zoom out. What's the offer that you're giving them?
Okay, offer.
Lead
Think about
magnet
that. Go ahead.
offer.
Offer.
Go ahead,
I told
Meenu.
you the way you did. Okay,
Ah.
one session, free session. How to this podcast? How to upload podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, it can be one lead magnet.
It depends, na? Because now again, you just zoom out. So here's the thing. Before, like yes, we're talking about lead magnets, but zoom out and say, what is the end product? What is at the end, what are they getting? Like, for example, in Arzu's case, at the end, they are getting a tutor who will help them get a 4.0 or somewhere close to that. That is the final offer. That's the big offer. And then there are these sub offers that are linked, not lead up to, they're all linked to it. Right? Similarly, in the case of Meenu, if it is for people to love themselves, that's the end point. What are the many, like the sub offers that are of value? So, for example, having a community where you can feel safe, that is actually an offer, which is like saying, as you were speaking, it just kind of like clicked that. In one sense, I'm saying, come and join this group where you will get access to what the other experiences. That is, it's in itself, it's an offer. Because I'm not selling anything. They're just, you attended this free session, you have access now to a community. So in those 60 people, on average, anywhere between 6 and 8 people will be active, which is your 10, give or take 10, 15%, till, the next offer that comes up. Right? So I'm just saying that, so like I told you again, the danger is to get distracted by all these tools. Oh, I can make a PDF. Oh, I can make a carousel. Those are ways to, it's like saying poster is not the offer. If Arzu was saying poster is my offer, no, what is on the poster? That's the offer.
Content, yes.
It's the content. Yeah, go ahead, Arzu. Lots of thoughts.
I was just gonna say that actually I'm also trying to think that I want to advertise more of my group services because I'm already doing the work for that. I just want more people in there.
Yes.
So essentially I'm not doing anything else.
Do you notice how you have shifted your when I say shifted, how you've gone more pinpointed in the last like 3 to 4 weeks,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Like now you're
Yeah.
like, oh, wait a second, I'm doing the same thing. So if I can do it in a group, it's a no-brainer,
Yeah,
right?
right.
I'm just thinking, it suddenly popped in. I don't know if you'll know in your this thing when you test it out, even in the context of group. What if it was a group session for parents?
Mm.
Parents are, by the way, more motivated from the sound of your audience. They seem more
100%.
motivated, right?
100%.
So
Yeah,
whether you
they're like,
have a parents, here's one more. Ready for it?
yeah.
Parents, one is the promo part of it, which is like I did with all of you, come into one group and let me tell you about the program. You can
Hmm.
have a separate program just for parents to chill out because now you know iHypnosis.
Oh,
And who
yeah.
knows, maybe in 6 months or a year, they actually may be your audience.
Yeah. Build up right now I can build a free audience
Yeah,
and then
that's
I
it.
can make
Eventually, when you have something for, jitters of being a parent, why do I know that? Because I have parent too, says Arzu,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I know
Oh
what
yeah.
parents have been through in the last 3 to 5 years because it's still new. It's still new.
Yeah.
So when you create as a,
Yeah.
I know what you feel
Right.
because
From
I know the
experience.
pain that your child goes through because I also child in that
Yeah.
context of wanting
Yes.
to go abroad and study. I know what it takes. I know what it feels like. It's like what you were sharing with Yuvika the other day. It's like, I know what it feels like. Oh, in fact, with Harita, right? It's one
Oh
thing to
yeah.
say you want to go abroad, but living
Yeah.
abroad is its own thing.
Yeah.
So, dear
Yeah.
parent, here are 3 things that let me teach you so that you can be more relaxed. If you're more relaxed, your child will be more relaxed. You don't have to sell it now. Next year, when you do, they'll lap it up. Think about it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
There's just to add
Right.
the cherry and the icing on top. Somebody said this years
Mhm.
ago, and it just stuck with me. Always create your network before you need them.
Right. Yeah.
Right now, there's no pressure to sell to the parents. Parents will buy. It's the kids who are the final decider in your current business. In your second business, which is maybe next
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
because you have not sold anything to them this year directly, next year when you have a parenting workshop
Yeah.
for parents whose kids live abroad, and or rather for parents whose kids are studying abroad, do you think
Most of my students are from here though.
where's here?
They're
You,
like in the US.
yeah, okay, so expat kids. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, fine.
but you
Yeah,
get
they know
the,
what it is like to go to school and yeah.
yeah. So I'm saying again, so use the frame. I'm in my head,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of people like you. So it's
Yeah.
like if you were talking to parents who are, let's say, in India, or parents as an example, right? These are all variations. Now, whatever finally will work for you is anyway what's going to be relevant to you.
Sure.
But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is the skills that you have are
Yeah.
more, those are the skills that are marketable.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
parents and to students both.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because parents are like super dedicated,
Yes.
Yeah. Yes,
right?
for sure.
Right? Especially if you're looking at like, Southeast Asian parents, you're looking at Hispanic
Yeah.
parents. It's all, they're
Yes.
kind of the same mindset. We want our children
Yeah.
to do well. It's like,
To
second
study
gen and third gen, or
yeah.
whatever is the correct
Or first
expression
gen
of it.
too.
First gen,
Yeah.
and then therefore second gen would be the kids, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, first gen it would be the kids.
Okay. So the second gen is the
Because they
parents, right? So,
migrate themselves and first gen is then the kids.
yeah. So but you get the frame of it. Like if you're wondering, okay, how do I use these skills?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
been learning, that's what you
Yeah.
can do, right?
Yeah. I was thinking of giving my friend a free session today. I thought
Do that.
I'm gonna
Oh,
start doing that
100%.
today.
100%. 100%.
What I wanted to add, Arzu, was कि Rahul is giving you a more expanded version for a next year कि India जैसे वाली country के जैसे आप हो
Yeah.
वैसे parents को भी include
And
कर
there
लो.
are some people who have connections to parents like that.
Yes.
Someone who goes by the name of Kapil Gupta. Welcome, Kapil. In case you're wondering what the hell is going on, we are dissecting the book Oversubscribed, and we're talking about also tapping into the skills and to be able to build a network before you need them. Right? So you're not selling now, which means you don't have to worry about, okay, how do I pitch the offer? Instead, give them enough value and where they see you as that trusted resource. Right? So then when you do feel the sense, and here's the thing, by the way, they themselves will ask you, maybe because in some post or some video you would have talked about how you have been helping kids with this or the skills that you've been learning. And they'll be like, oh yeah, do you have something like this for me? I need stress management. That is what will give you the sign that parents are ready for that next thing.
Right. Yeah.
First of all, sorry for being late. I was in a session that got extended.
Most
Okay.
welcome. You almost missed.
So-
I was just looking at the clock today. Normally 7:15, I would have closed it, but something just said. And then I looked, and then of course you were meant to come.
Yeah,
So
I thought the session will be from 7 to 8, but because
7 to 8
usually
only.
past two
It is 7
Sundays
to 8.
में हाँ
I mean, the
वो
official
चल रहा
timing
था.
is 7 to 8.
हाँ, तो I was like बड़ा hesitant था पूरे दिन की will I be able to join today or not, because आज Father's Day है और
Mm.
चल रहा था
Happy
कि भाई
Father's Day.
डिनर पे चलना है,
हाँ,
तो फादर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पूरी करनी थी बच्चों को डिनर पे ले जाके. ठीक है.
बिल्कुल.
बट फिर मैंने कहा चलो 7 to 8 है, बट
हाँ.
वो ये नहीं पता था वो लास्ट मिनट पे सेशन शेड्यूल हुआ 6 बजे.
Mm.
इट वाज सपोज टू एंड एट 7, बट वो थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड हो गया.
Perfect, perfect.
हाँ,
You were meant to be
तो
here.
यस यस.
Good.
तो
So
अब
maybe we'll
जो
start in reverse order
यस
with
ओके.
Kapil. What has been your experience this week of reading, continuing to read the book and make your notes and references and anything that you've started to see in real time, meaning outside of the book in your own community or
बेसिकली बुक पढ़ने के बाद
mm,
आइडियाज एक डिफरेंट लेवल के आ रहे हैं.
nice.
टू ट्वीक माय कोर्सेज या ट्वीक माय ऑफर, राइट. वो
Mm,
चीज दिमाग में आ रही है बिकॉज
mm,
मैं उसका पार्ट 2 पढ़ना शुरू किया था, मैंने इनफैक्ट सुनना शुरू किया था.
mm.
और आई लिसन टू ओनली दी फेज 1
हाँ,
अभी.
perfect,
ठीक है ना, उससे आगे
perfect,
नहीं गया मैं.
perfect.
ठीक है ना. तो मुझे वो चीज अच्छी लगी कि उसमें वो स्ट्रैटेजीज की बात करता है या फिर कैंपेन ड्रिवन एंटरप्राइज
Mm,
मेथड की बात करता है, तो आई लाइक इट.
correct.
तो मुझे लगा कि मुझे वो उसको सही तरीके
Mm,
से पकड़ने के लिए उसको बार बार सुनने की जरूरत है,
yeah,
बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच आई नीड टू
yes,
इम्प्लीमेंट.
yes,
ठीक है ना. तो
yeah.
जब तक उसका कोर नहीं पकड़ में
Mm,
आएगा. बट आई वाज ट्राइंग टू लिसन टू द फर्स्ट चैप्टर एज वेल कि आई डोंट मिस आउट
right.
ऑन द डिस्कशन टुडे, बट वो मैं क्योंकि वो सेशन अचानक से शेड्यूल हो गया तो आई कुडंट.
No, in
बट
fact,
हाँ,
just to add here, didn't mean to cut you off. Just to add here, it seems, interestingly, as I was listening to you right now, it seems like we are probably going to take a U-turn back to the second part, which is basically this whole campaign, the campaign-driven part of the oversubscribe. Right? It looks like, because in fact, we just had a community, like the iHypnosys support, which is a separate group. In that, we had um, the discussion on campaign building, right? So I think it makes perfect sense to explore more of. It seems like even as a group, we're probably ready to explore more of the campaign aspect, which is I think which is the second part, isn't it?
सेकेंड पार्ट फेज 1,
Phase
राइट.
one. हाँ.
अब उसमें बेसिकली क्या है कि जैसे हम सिद्धार्थ का भी कर रहे थे या वट
हम्म.
एवर पीपल वी टॉक अबाउट.
Mm-hmm.
अब लोग कहते हैं आप अपने लिए टारगेट सेट करो, राइट.
Mm.
अब कोई कहेगा यार आई वांट टू अर्न लाइक 3 lakhs पर मंथ, कोई कहेगा आई वांट टू अर्न 5 lakhs पर मंथ.
Mm.
अब वो उस पार्ट 1 में है कि भाई वट एवर योर टारगेट इज.
Mm.
अब अगर आप 3 लाख कमाना चाहते हो तो क्या आप के लेवल की एक्टिविटी क्रिएट कर रहे हो अपने
Hmm.
निश में।
Correct.
जब तक एक्टिविटी आप क्रिएट नहीं करोगे तो कैसे आएगा?
Correct.
तो अगर हम 20 सेल्स से हमें मिलता
Hmm.
है डिजायर टारगेट
Hmm.
और 20% कन्वर्जन रेट है, तो क्या आपने
Correct.
100 पिच किया था?
Correct. Yep.
तो वो कहने को ये चीज
Correct.
पहले से आनी शुरू हो गई थी, बट उससे उसने इस चीज पे, तो देयर
Hmm.
वाज समथिंग ब्यूटीफुल दैट पर्सन शुड
Nice.
एक्चुअली लिसन टू दिस एंड
Hmm.
थिंक अबाउट इट, कि
Yep.
हमें अपना जो स्ट्रैटेजी है वो उस हिसाब से बिल्ड करनी चाहिए,
Yep.
देन ओनली विल बी
Yep.
एबल टू अचीव द टारगेट। तो दैट वाज द
Hmm.
ब्यूटीफुल पार्ट इन दैट
Nice.
जो
Nice. Nice. Let me check in with, I know, I'm not sure if Minu, you've reached the campaign part? Not yet, right?
नहीं अभी नहीं,
हाँ.
but
Devasmita, you have, right?
कुछ
uh,
pages I've read, I
हाँ.
think,
मीनू जी
because I
मैं
I
जो
just
है
need to Kapil what
Yes.
he's saying.
Say again,
आई
say
एम
again.
एक्चुअली अ
1 second, Kapil
सब्सक्राइबर
bhai,
ऑफ
1 second.
ऑडिबल। अच्छा,
हाँ, Audible is where he's accessing it. But Minu,
हाँ
what was your question? I didn't quite catch it.
नहीं क्वेश्चन नहीं था, मैं कह रही हूँ कि I can relate to what Kapil is saying, so I
हाँ.
think I've read some bit of
Hmm.
it, not the entire, but I can
Hmm.
relate.
Got it. Devasmita, you've not finished or you've not completed the part 1, right?
No, I have completed. I
You
have
have.
already shared my
I know, I
learning
know. There
also.
is a whole note on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Just share.
yeah.
You've shared it in the book group, right?
No, not in the book group. I have shared in 2.5 in our that
Hmm.
IH
So
NLP
you
2.5.
can
Yeah.
definitely go ahead and share it with our book club as well. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Kapil
Yeah.
bhai. Go ahead.
मैं एक चीज जो हम सब लोगों के लिए कहना चाहता हूँ, बिकॉज जो भी बुक आप सजेस्ट कर रहे हो, these are not mere books but the
Hmm.
implementation books, right?
Hmm.
So just
Bibles.
reading that is not, the
Yeah.
work isn't finished yet.
Correct.
Work will only finish when we have implemented it.
Correct.
So we must try implementing it. फिर उसमें जो समस्याएं आ रही है, we should actually discuss कि
So
हाँ भाई मैं यहाँ पे,
since you joined us, I think last week was your first time, right?
no, it
That
was my
has been
second.
first. Huh. So we have been on this track now for the last, I think, 2 months or more. We have been doing exactly this. So when we meet, like what we do now, the first 15-20 minutes is designed around this. To share what has been your observation, what has been your real-time experience of applying what the book is talking about. So you're in the right space, right? So what you're talking about is what we are already doing. Possibly, like as you are now reading it, see how that is showing up in your community building. Yeah.
और आई वांट टू ऐड टू दिस, क्योंकि
Hmm.
इन इसको पढ़ने के बाद एक और थोड़ा सा मेरे का कंसंट्रेशन मेरा
Hmm.
आया,
Hmm.
टेंशन गई कि
Hmm.
now I am focusing in my strategy.
Correct.
I'm focusing more on the lead magnet also, so
Okay.
that my funnel begins to work,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
And I'm happy that I've got some success in that. People
Hmm.
are joining. तो दैट्स अ गुड साइन कि अच्छा मैं अगर उस स्टेप को कॉन्शियसली ले रहा था, तो नाउ वो चीज चल रही। तो
Hmm.
जैसे मैंने कुछ महीने पहले, इफ यू रिमेम्बर, आई डिस्कस विद यू कि यार ये फनल कंप्लीट कैसे होगा,
हाँ.
राइट? तो नाउ वो चीजें भी मैं ठीक कर पाया हूँ, तो इट हैज स्टार्टेड वर्किंग। ठीक है, बट मैं
Right.
उसमें एक चीज तुम्हारे साथ और शेयर करना, इनफैक्ट गाइडेंस लेना चाहता था कि फनल के अंदर जो हम अपसेलिंग करते हैं वो किस स्टेज पे होनी चाहिए, और क्या हम फनल के अलग अलग लिंक्स शेयर करेंगे अपने क्लाइंट के साथ, या वो ऑटोमेटेड ही चलना चाहिए।
Tell me more.
फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स से मैंने आपको एक डेमो के लिए बुलाया,
हाँ.
ठीक है, वो
हाँ.
लेट्स से वो 99 रुपीज का डेमो था, ठीक
Okay.
है।
Okay.
अब आपको वो चीज समझ आ गई, और
हाँ.
मैंने आपको एक वीडियो कोर्स सेल कर दिया।
Right.
अब उसका नेक्स्ट पॉइंट जो है, नेक्स्ट लेवल जो है,
हाँ. हाँ.
उसको ही तो अपसेलिंग कहेंगे। तो
Correct.
वो उस तो मुझे इसका मतलब, जब नेक्स्ट लेवल की अपसेलिंग करूंगा तो सेम फनल में मुझे लिंक दोबारा शेयर करना पड़ेगा ना। राइट? इट
Uh,
शुड नॉट बी लाइक कि बंदा पहली बार में सारे लेवल्स देख ले. इट शुडंट बी दैट वे,
huh, that's fair.
राइट?
Correct. I don't know. Am I
क्या हुआ?
missing
Why?
something? No, I'm not sure I followed fully. Could you say that again? I think I might have lost you, and plus my sound
I
is
am
picking
maybe
up
also a
something.
little confused. Yeah.
Tell me.
ओके, देखो जैसे मान लो मैंने किसी को अपने फर्स्ट लेवल पे एंट्री दी, ठीक है?
Right.
इट कैन बी अ फ्री एंट्री, इट कैन बी अ 99 रुपीज एंट्री, वॉट
Hmm.
एवर इट इज, राइट?
Hmm.
उसके बाद उसको, या तो मैंने उसको उस सेमिनार के बाद या मेरे 1-to-1 कंसल्टेशन के बाद मैंने उसको कोई कोर्स ज्वाइन करा दी,
Correct.
तो दैट इज द सेकेंड स्टेप ऑफ द फनल,
Oh,
क्योंकि
got
वो
it.
कोर्स ज्वाइन हुआ. अब
Hmm.
उसके बाद अगर उसको आगे लेके जाना है,
Hmm.
तो वो मेरे थ्रू ही लिंक शेयर होना चाहिए ना. इट इज नॉट लाइक कि वो ऑटोमेटिकली चल रहा है.
Okay. हाँ.
भाई सपोज मेरे फनल में ये प्रोविजन है कि अगर उसने मैं चाहूँ, हम उसको कर सकते हैं कि भाई उसने एक प्रोग्राम देखा, बट ही
Hmm.
गेट्स अट्रैक्टेड टू द सेकंड प्रोग्राम एज वेल, तो विदाउट
Okay.
इवन इंटरेक्टिंग विद मी ही इज पेइंग फॉर द सेकंड प्रोग्राम.
Okay.
तो ऐसा करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए?
No, is that if that happens, that's a bonus, but the focus is on leading them from one program to the next, right?
राइट, राइट,
हाँ.
ठीक है.
because
I have understood what question is. So, जैसे सिद्धार्थ करते हैं, that one time he creates this video right now, and then people are watching that. He is running that as a campaign. Okay, people who wants to join, they are directly joining the community right now
Hmm.
in his silver group. Okay, and then later on he is putting down to asking them to directly join his diamond. No gold, nothing. Just join directly to the diamond. That is what you want to say, right? Joe, this one, they will be coming. This, I think we have not become Siddharth yet. Because
that's
we have to show up our face.
agree.
No,
Uska
hold on.
to automatically.
May I suggest we
So-
zoom out a bit, because Arzu firstly has no context, so this
Siddharth,
example is just going to like
Okay, sorry,
fly
yeah.
over. But what is the intent? What's the point that you're making here? That you have one funnel, you have one product, you're focusing on that. If somebody buys that and they buy an additional, you're saying, should we focus on that? Was that the original
Right.
question, Kapil?
Yeah.
No.
आई नहीं, शुड वी फोकस ऑन दैट नहीं,
हाँ.
बट ये कि मैं उसको स्टेप वाइज रखूं कि एट एवरी
Hmm.
other level I am intervening and doing the hand holding to lead them to the second, right?
Correct.
Should this be the approach, or should I say कि okay, जैसे एक लैंडिंग पेज है, उसमें पहला सेक्शन है, फिर दूसरा, फिर तीसरा, तो अगर वो लास्ट में जाके परचेज करता है तो उसका मतलब उसने लेवल 3 परचेज कर लिया, बीच में करता है तो लेवल 2 कर लिया. मैं इस तरह का ऑप्शन क्रिएट करूं उसको.
So,
Mm.
okay. So it's like saying if you go to my website, right now you'll find there are links to different products. Right? If you go to rahulgeorge.com currently, when you scroll down towards the middle and end section where it says memberships, there are links to different, right? That is not the focus of what I'm doing. This is more of if somebody comes on their own to the website, they will have their own journey. But if somebody meets me through a community, or they find my link on maybe a pod that I'm doing and they join me in, that is why, by the way, there is a Google form. So I'm able to understand, okay, this person has come in. And then I say, come and join this group. So I'm able to keep the focus on one product or one group that I'm building out. Baki ka jo bhi ho raha hai is a bonus. That's how I am currently applying it. So if that is something, go ahead, Meenu.
I just wanted to add for Kapil कि जब आप खुद interaction करोगे ना, you would be able to understand whether the person is ready for that next वो कि नहीं. अगर वो
Correct.
खरीद देगा, say for example आपका second वाला automatically या उसके देखने से,
Correct.
he would not be first 100% using it अगर उसको नहीं समझ आया तो. है ना, खरीद तो लेगा बट जैसे कनेक्ट अगर उसके साथ नहीं किया तो वो छोड़ देगा उसको, और फिर वो आगे थर्ड के लिए नहीं जाएगा. बट इफ ऑन एवरी जंक्चर यू इंटरेक्ट एंड यू नो कि ये बंदा रेडी है, तो it creates more chances of that person to go to next.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
जैसे हम कर रहे हैं राहुल के साथ.
हाँ वही ना, इसीलिए हाँ वही ना, that is what.
And
This हाँ, this we are getting connected, right? This एक
Which
चीज
is
के लिए तभी we can take it up forward with the another one, right? Level 2, because and then we are going for the level 3 because we know what exactly we are getting.
so again, I'm saying this goes back to your basic offer. Ki what is that journey? What is that simply put, what's the journey that you're creating for the product, for the your customer?
Okay. ये basically this is not related to my study abroad. This is
Ah,
relating to my graphotherapy वाला.
perfect.
उसमें
Perfect.
फर्स्ट स्टेप है एनालिसिस, फिर है 30
Mm,
days कोचिंग
mm,
सिस्टम, फिर है 4 months कोचिंग सिस्टम.
perfect.
Obviously a person can straight away reach the 4 months also, by the 4 months also, उसमें वो सब कुछ
Can.
इंक्लूडेड है,
Correct.
राइट.
हाँ.
और एक है कि भाई एनालिसिस हुआ, ऑब्वियसली उसको मेरे हैंड होल्डिंग तो हर लेवल पे चाहिए ही चाहिए
Correct.
फॉर डूइंग एवरीथिंग, बिकॉज आई
Correct.
एम कनेक्टेड विद माय स्टूडेंट ऑन अ डे टू डे
Correct.
बेसिस.
Correct.
इट इज, ठीक है ना. तो
Correct.
वो कंप्लीट नहीं करेगा, दैट इज आउट ऑफ क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि मैं रोज
हाँ.
उससे इंटरेक्ट कर रहा हूँ.
Correct.
ठीक है.
So
तो
just to pause here, if let's say I'm that customer and I buy your level, your 4-month wala program, right? What is the first, what they call touch point? What is the first interaction that I have, either physical or digital product or person? What is my first experience once I have clicked buy?
first experience will be that you will be sharing a handwriting sample with me and I'll do an analysis with you
Perfect.
on one-to-one basis.
Perfect. So then basically you are in the shortest of time, you're connecting with the person.
Yes.
Your question was, should I be focusing on that? I would say in the present circumstances, it's it's too early. Once you get to a point where you have 10, 20 students you're working with at any point in time, then it will make sense that they buy and then in a group, they show up and meet you, just like we were talking about for Arzu. Right now you have space, so you're doing it one-to-one. There'll come a point, in a way, what Devasmita was saying, that there'll come a point where you physically don't have the time to meet them one by one.
I want to interrupt in that. See, that is very true.
Hmm.
On a larger scale, जब मैं, I'll be giving them graphotherapy, I can definitely give them in a group. But the analysis part, it can only be one-to-one because it is kind of a confidential thing.
Can I
Nobody would
say
like to
something?
share it. Yes.
By then, there will be a, what is your brand name?
For graphotherapy, the right guru.
Correct. So by then you will have the right guru 1, the right guru 2, who are your students. It'll still be one-on-one. It'll still be one-on-one, but you have reached a point where there are these people who are your students, who are now as facilitators or co-teachers, who are doing what you were doing all this while. So it'll still be one-to-one, but you're doing it now at scale. And that will happen.
Right.
So to answer your question, it will happen. It's just that if you focus more on the one by one, you also getting a sense of what is it that people really want. It's like saying, this year, I'm still doing the way I'm doing it currently. Correct? Once there are enough stories, there are enough success stories, and there's enough of like data points, then when I do a webinar, say next year, it will make sense. Because then the webinar, quote unquote, will sell itself. Because in the webinar, there are very specific steps. It's a formula. It's like KFC, kahin bhi jao, wahi hai. McDonald's, kahin bhi jao, wahi hai. Whichever country in the world, right? Why? Because you have to fulfill the criteria at every step. The reason why webinars usually do not work for most people is because they're not fulfilling the criteria. Right? Which is why only a few people will show up, which is why people will leave halfway, which is why people will stay to the end. It may be only 2,000 rupees, but they will still not buy. And it is not because, oh, if I can't convince you to pay 2,000 rupees, that means I'm, mera kya value hai. No, it's because you've not fulfilled every criteria. And so therefore, when at the end you say, for those of you who are ready, pay here and come and join, you don't have all the criteria fulfilled. That's it. Right? Yes, there was.
Yeah. Yesterday, if you remember in our Telegram group,
Hmm.
okay, this lizard one, okay, you posted long back, right? Yuvika saw that yesterday only. If you
Correct.
saw this, and
Hmm.
Yuvika has mentioned what a wonderful experience was.
Correct.
And that was not in our group. That was not, that person is not from our group. It
Correct.
was one-to-one with you in your podcast.
I
if
done
you
a
remember that.
podcast with somebody. Yeah.
Yes, and it was if the person experienced from that podcast, if the person was sitting on that time in IHNLP, when Kinal was on the top of the house or on the floor, it was the height, right? The phobia of her height. And he already, on that time only he went, right? And he just clicked the photo and gave it to us in the group. So that experience and this experience, but the thing is, this is also working, right? People are also getting some values, and they are also, yes, this is also kind of, you can say this lead magnet.
Again, zoom out. What is a lead magnet?
I'm getting confused now with
I know. That's why I'm asking, and not just to you. It's like, since we're talking offers, we're talking leads. According to you, what is a lead magnet?
Entry gate of your funnel.
Yeah, that's at the beginning. Perfect. But what makes a lead magnet a lead magnet?
For
A
me,
hint. The answer is in the words.
that is which is
One is
leading
the
you
lead part.
Lead.
What is the second word?
Magnet.
Magnet. ये नाम ऐसा नहीं दिया हुआ है. If that does not attract people, then it is not a lead magnet. Simple.
Okay.
And if it is not a lead magnet, that means those people will not finally buy from you now. That is the point.
Okay.
It is as simple as that. When you are standing at the corner and people get attracted and come to talk to you, you are a lead magnet.
In the oldest context, that's what it is, right? Kapil is like taking pot shots. Huh?
थोड़ा सा entertainment होना चाहिए हमेशा.
Right? So I'm just saying, go back to whenever you're creating something, is this something that gets the other person's attention? Like the exam phobia remover. If you are talking to students, you're talking to parents of students, is it a lead magnet? Possibly. If that parent has a child who has exam phobia, or the parent believes that the child has an exam phobia, then it's a lead magnet.
I fully agree. In fact, I did one of my podcasts long time back where so I could resonate that even a title can be a lead magnet, right? Because the title of that one was that our child is not a mark sheet.
That's it. And that's a big one for people who resonate with that.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the dogs are not monsters. Okay. Now, generally speaking, will that be of any consequence to anybody? No. But if that was a lead magnet in a dog lovers group, where hold on, breathe. Where in that the next line is, do you have a friend who believes this?
Okay.
Send them for the workshop where we focus on 1, 2, and 3. Like, for example, fear of dogs. Now go back to the headline. Dogs are not monsters in a pet lovers group.
Yes.
Abhi no
Labeling
bolo?
the, yeah.
Are you getting it? So I'm just saying that if what you're saying is not attracting people, then it's not a lead magnet. Right? That's the point. We think, we have ticked the box. उन्होंने बोला lead magnet बना, हमने बना दिया. हमने PDF बना दिया. ठीक है?
हाँ वो गप्पे शप्पे लगते हैं. That is what people.
Baba, I'm saying if people are not reacting to it, then it is not a lead magnet. That is the point. Right? Okay. We'll do one quick round of Q&As, questions, preparations for the week ahead. If anybody would like to share, take the...
I have a doubt. Means doubt or what you can say.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
when we are creating the offers, okay. So what exactly I am doing? I have told you in a group. I have recently I've started a challenge. So
Correct.
there when I'm just creating the offer, just taking your ideas, creating the offer the way you offered us in IHNLP part 2 means the way means IHNLP 1, level 1, level 2. Okay, and then
Correct.
2.5.
Yeah.
So I have created my offer according. Means when I'm just offering them after the challenge and everything, the selling part is becoming and
the what part?
The selling part of the
Selling,
the buying
okay.
part, yeah, the selling part. When it is a selling part, it is becoming a tiring part of me. Means
Why?
People sometimes are not buying. People sometimes
Hold
are
on.
yes.
Before,
Yeah.
so again, go back to the basic principle. If they've come to your group and you're saying,
Yes.
how many of you want a accountability coach for the next 30 days? If you have 10 people who have been in a 30-day program and you're saying, how many of you want an accountability coach? Out of those 10 people, even if one person says yes, then you're only talking to that one person, not all the others.
Yeah.
As an example.
Okay.
Because the
Yes.
others don't want a coach right now. So what? You're focused on the person who's saying, yes, I want an accountability coach. Then because it's on one-to-one, find out what is it that they want. I'm saying that's the sequence. Then you can design your offer around what they want. Otherwise, you're just like slapping whatever is out there. You must say this or do it now or else. Doesn't work. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. I have to work on that also. Perspective.
Perfect. So any thoughts on the week ahead, folks? What are you all going to focus on? What are you looking at from the book perspective as well?
We'll be completing phase 2.
Phase 2. Nice.
Right.
Nice.
And of course, rereading the already covered part because as of now, I feel the need to listen to them again and again.
Nice.
Right.
वो
कहीं subconscious में जब तक नहीं घुसेगा तब तक implementation नहीं आएगा.
Right. Hello there. Hello. Say hello to Hypnotic Snoopy.
Yes, hi. That is your what is this?
Hypnotic Snoopy.
Yes.
On my screen, it is looking like a transformation.
Snoopy is transforming. He's enjoying his trance.
Yes. Show it properly, Snoopy.
Snoopy also has his own. Snoopy is a celebrity. He's like, no photos, please.
No paparazzi.
No
Please.
paparazzi. He's a non-paparazzi.
मुझे लगा राहुल को ये क्या हो गया?
No, you can remove your background photo by please.
No, he's a non-paparazzi dog.
Okay.
Is it your own pet?
No, it's my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's dog and nephew's dog.
You're pet sitting today.
Yeah, actually. That's why I'm here and not back at the studio.
Yeah, and how many times I have asked Snoopy's photograph and
I'll send you a photograph. Today I'll send you. Photograph I'll send. Photographic.
Yes, you can send the Suki also because we are the dog lovers. We keep the dog very nice, so don't worry.
Correct, correct. Snoopy knows, that's why he's coming and chilling here. Okay, good. So I think that's a good, like for me also, it's a good reminder to check back again with the, I think it was part 1 and maybe part 2 of the second, what is it called? Part 2, right? Of the campaign thing,
Yes.
Yeah.
or book 2
Yes.
or part 2
The
or
campaign
something.
thing is part 1.
Part 1. I want to actually, I'm going to look back at the campaign piece because we are doing a lot of that now over the next 2 weeks. So I'm sure it'll come in handy.
अब leads में से भी कुछ सुनना है क्या?
Abhi ke liye nahi. It was, I think what we wanted, we got, which was a reminder about the basics. कि
क्योंकि
lead
आज
को
सुबह की जो
magnetic बनाओ.
conversation
हाँ,
थी ना,
हाँ,
वो यही था. मैंने मतलब frankly speaking, I
हाँ.
really got irritated in the morning कि ये चीज 2 दिन पहले भी बताई जा सकती थी अगर ये डिस्कस करना था
So
तो.
you will
so that
understand that यहाँ पे a lot of this is done intuitively. We don't currently we don't follow a structured, super structured approach. But more than anything, like I said, the intention here is: can you take even one page, one line out of the book, and apply that over the course of the week? That to me is the bigger hero. Honestly.
now phase 1 says campaign planning,
Hmm.
and phase 2 says जो build up, that is warming up the market.
Hmm. Yeah. That is precisely what we are now going to be looking at over like the next 2 weeks.
अच्छा, अभी बात आपसे करते करते when you were answering my Devasmita's question, so I got an idea. Because we are in oversubscribed, we are targeting what people want, right?
Correct.
Accordingly. So will it be a good idea कि हम अपनी अपनी niche में जो भी हमारे followers हैं, उनके आगे जैसे weekly एक poll डालें so that we get to know the people. That would
So,
be a good idea.
Mr. Kapil Gupta, since you joined us late, this is precisely what we talked about 3 weeks ago, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. So you're on the right track. So please definitely poll banaiye, पूछिए उनसे, because again, this is the whole point. We are right now at that point where we don't know clearly, specifically what they want. Tabhi hum log, we are not running ahead, chasing after some new design of landing page or lead magnet generator.
Right.
We are saying, let's understand what they want and then let's offer it to them in a way where exactly like what Arzu also was talking about, like, okay, now let me focus on groups. Let them come in a group, right? So it's like saying on a given day, let's say even if there are 3 parents who show up on a given day, you'll get far more value out of it than talking to each one individually. Why? Because you've already done the hard work of talking to one parent at a time. So you have an idea now of what they want. Right? And it's the same in each of our cases where we are saying, can we talk more to them and ask them what they want? Basically, if you ask me, zooming out over the last 4 weeks, we've gotten clear about signal. Send a signal out and see who is responding to what. If they respond to the signal, those are the people to then have a deeper conversation. Sort of like if I was to, recap the last 4 weeks, that is what we have been building as a skill. Because as marketers, that's also who we are. As marketers, usually the danger is we do not wait to see who is responding to what signal. We just run ahead because we know all the steps notionally. Right? And it's very sexy. It's very attractive to say, let us create this and landing page and this and that. The waste of time. You know it. We've all been there. Right? How many months have we spent looking at the logo from this side and that side? And yeah, sabne kiye in our own ways. Right? Some of us have even spent money on it.
Yeah, why
तो चलो
logo
ट्यूबलाइट
also-
जल गई, थोड़ा लेट जली, कोई बात नहीं.
that logo you
ट्यूबलाइट वैसे भी कुछ सेकंड बाद
both
जली.
have we have worked on this, sir.
Yeah,
Which one? My
but
logo
this,
one.
but by the
Yes.
way, just thank you for pointing that out. But this, what you're seeing, is the 4th edition of what we've been doing over the last 3 to 4 years. What I'm saying is that now the logo is there, but that's not the main focus. For most of us in groups like this, we end up spending the next 3 months talking about this. This is not going to get you leads. I'm using this background only because I'm somewhere else. That is, and I have a logo file. And I have a logo file. That is all. That's my point. Yeah.
Usually, even I used to do it before starting even the work. First of all, I used to concentrate on the logo only.
Yes.
पहले logo perfect होना चाहिए.
Yes.
फिर बाद में पता चला नहीं भी
Let
होता
me
तो चलता
find
था.
3 people who I can pay money to create my logo, even though I don't know what my customers want. Tell me who hasn't done that?
मैंने
है ना?
मैंने नहीं किया क्योंकि
Good.
मैंने सीख लिया.
Because you have chosen to find the right mentors who have made those quote unquote mistakes. And mistakes माने because they've learned कि अरे नहीं यार वैसे नहीं. Let's do it differently. That's the
Yes.
difference. Nice. Okay. So I'm guessing everybody's clear on what they are doing. I'm not guessing. Let me just also double check. Is everyone clear? What's one thing that each one is doing? We'll just quickly go around the room.
Campaigning, nothing else.
Campaigning. Good.
Totally focus on campaigning.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Kapil Bhai has already shared, I think. Have you? What is the
But
one
I'm
thing?
totally focused on my content marketing.
Very good.
So
That's
I'm
it.
very, very regular.
Beautiful. He does a Sunday this morning, right? किया था?
किया था. आज का
Now
था
it's
first
like how Kinhal does every morning 5 a.m. Kapil does every morning.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday,
10 a.m.
sorry. Every Sunday.
Yeah.
Right? Beautiful. Amazing. Yes. Who's next?
I have to write a copy for advertising my group
Nice.
class. I think I have to try different versions of it. I tried one last week, but it doesn't seem to have worked. But then sometimes it takes time because there is so much politics in the groups. Like they don't let me post. They take 1 week to post.
Can I suggest something as well? You're now you are now specifically, the sense I'm getting is you're at a point of doing like what they call an A/B testing, where you have 2 versions that you can try out.
Right. Yeah.
Because you're clear about who you're talking to. And for them, the problem is real. It's not you're hoping they have that problem and therefore they will pay for it. It's a real problem.
Yeah.
Right? So if you try out 2 and you see which one gets you more responses, then you can focus
like
more.
In half of the groups, I could try 1 and half. Yeah.
Because your groups are similar.
What do you mean groups?
You're sending out to a group, right?
Yeah.
So the kind of groups, are they similar?
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
do
saying.
target a wider audience too. Like
yeah, but I'm saying the core group, if you have 4 parenting groups, the parents are more or less the same type, no?
Yeah.
So if you type one copyright in one and one copyright in the other, you will get a sense of which one is working better. Yeah, go ahead, Kapil.
Yeah.
That reminds me, कुछ दिन पहले आदित्य जो हमारे ग्रुप में है उसने एक पोस्ट डाली थी. If people are not aware कि there is a feature in Facebook, अगर हम Facebook पे डालते हैं तो A/B testing का, we can definitely, वो मैंने भी जब चेक किया तो it wasn't by default वो active नहीं होता है. So we must each one of us make it active so that Facebook helps us.
Right, you have to turn on that knob.
हाँ, turn on that. हाँ.
True.
इस पे थोड़ा elaborate.
आरजू की help कर पाएगा.
अभी नहीं. I'm just saying.
Arzu has two write-ups. So जो अभी A/B testing का किया, that will work actually.
And also I am saying that because Arzu is already, she's gone a few steps on a parallel where she's already tapping into groups, right? But we will Tuesday ko or Thursday ko.
So you know what actually happens in a group? Like I think like when I posted, some of them just like rejected because our group, like you can't post it.
Yes.
And although like my entire audience is there, but they don't let me post it.
Yes.
And then they block, they're like, oh, you can't comment for 3 days because you're commenting too much. So I feel like, what the hell is this?
So that is why if you have more groups, because it's again, you know, what is it, targeted, meaning you're doing it only in the US, for example, right?
Yeah.
You can be part of more groups because now you know what group you're looking out for. So keep searching and adding, you know, like because you're not spamming groups, you're wanting to join more groups, keep adding more groups. till you find your groups where they really get you and they start to reach out to you. That is when you know you move to the next phase.
Yeah. And then there are admins in those groups, and
Course.
they only look at my stuff 1 week, 2 weeks later
Ah.
after my program starts. Like
Correct.
they will they will post it, and my title says, "Oh, we are starting 1 week later," and then when they get it, it has already started.
But
you know?
I'll share one thing with you. It's okay if that happens. Because the really interested parents will anyway reach out because of you, not the offer.
Mhm. Yeah, I've thought of how to include people who start
अच्छा
late.
राहुल इससे एक चीज मेरे दिमाग में आई and I want clarity on that
Mhm.
as well because in the month of May
Mhm.
I started the email campaign,
Mhm.
right? Where I'm sending one email every week on a
Mhm.
fixed day.
Mhm.
So there are around 100 people there. So right, 98 mails go. I'm happy to the fact that nobody is unsubscribing to it, right? But the opening rate is like 30%,
That's
25 to
very high.
30%.
If you go by
So people are
traditional, I'm just saying, at this point itself, I'm telling you, if 30% is open rate, that's very good.
okay. दो अभी उन्होंने मेरे से कनेक्ट करना शुरू नहीं किया है, कोर्स, बिकॉज बट आई एम सेइंग कि ओके अभी तो शुरुआत ही हुई है. It's
Do
just
you
the beginning
know
that
somebody who was into like high ticket coaching had reached out to me almost 6 or 8 months ago? And then in the recent times and they didn't know that I was going to be looking for that as an option. I'm talking 3 months ago. But because they had connected, somewhere in my mind, they were there. So when in my search or plan or strategizing of, okay, now what am I planning to do for this year or whatever it is, when I was like, okay, high ticket, who came to my mind? This person, even though they just randomly responded some 6 months ago. Zero effort or low effort. एक बार respond किया DM में, hello, hi, oh, so nice what you're doing, bye bye. That's it. Right? That's how it works. So I'm just saying that if you're that's the whole point, that you're, and that's what I was saying, with Arzu's already kind of thinking about it, in the sense that even if they miss your last date, wala, short-term campaign, it's okay. Because if they reach out to you even 6 months later, you have been sitting in their minds for the last 6 months. Right?
so wouldn't it be a good idea for her to start the email campaign to those people?
No, that's a more complex thing because you're talking emails. I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
You're in on. That's what I'm saying. In a parallel sense, you are already you've gone to a different, like, book 2. Some people are here in book 1. Some people are like starting book 1 in that context. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody's doing different strategies, which is fine.
Right.
But the common thing here is, if you, like, when you're making a signal, who's responding to you, and therefore, how are you dealing with them? To me, that is the powerful concept because it works. Yeah, go ahead, Devs.
My question over here, when we have started, okay, that is level 1, level 2, level 3, we are ready to pay. Means ready to pay means we are paying. Why? Because we know that what we are getting. Okay, here within the group, when we are campaigning, it is easy. In my community also happened. The second one, payment happened because it is also a reflex action. That is, once I pay, this is something that is with me. That is, if I pay Rahul, my money comes back double. So
Sure,
this
that's a
is my
bonus.
idea.
That's a bonus.
That's a bonus. Yeah. But in this case, what exactly is happening? That is, once you are also learning from your mentor. That is the way we are giving one by one step to second step, right? So offer. I'm completely stuck in the offer creation because this is also going inside my mind. That
I'm
is
saying
how
to get unstuck in your offer creation, before you create the offer, send the signals out. ask
Huh.
people. For example,
Okay.
if you've done a 30-day where 50 people were there, then 20 went
Huh.
away, 30 were there, then another 15 added, or whatever happened.
Right. Huh.
If they have stayed on after 30 days, you have, let's say, 25 people left. When you're
Right.
making a signal to, let's say, those 25 people who are still active or fairly active,
Huh.
saying, how many of you want to continue to do this?
Okay.
That's a
Yes.
question. Out of
Hmm.
25 people, if 5 people respond, that means those 5 people are somewhere they are thinking about it. I'm saying before you create the offer, it's important to know what do they want. That is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes.
For most of us here, that is the phase we're in, where we are trying to figure out what is it that people want.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Now it's clear. But let me just do it this week also. But that is the reason I chose campaigning more. This offer creation and then campaigning. Because this will also help to support our community as well.
Yeah, see, that's the whole point. Whatever you're learning in one place, then you can apply in other communities, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yes, Binu, go ahead. What is your POA for the week?
My POA is one, I would work on my change of approach of delivering my content on the reels. So I would be taking the help of what you taught us today morning, so that message has a more व्यू पर्सपेक्टिव से मोर कंसिस्टेंट जैसे एक कैनवा से एक डालूंगा so
What today morning? What's going on?
What is going on? I don't know what this. What is this? What is this? I
Tell
said.
me about that.
It was there in the group.
Why are you hiding it in the secret
Why adding please
2.5?
only? No, that was in 2.5. In all honesty, it was in 2.5, but the video is up, so I will share that link with all of you. So no worries.
So basically, he told us how he creates his own podcast every day. So we got to
The
know
step
that
by step of the technical part of it, right? How I use Zoom. Zoom is connected to Facebook. So I just go to and Kapil, I think, uses something similar, but you use what? StreamYard for your
For video podcasting, yes. StreamYard.
And your daily also you use StreamYard, right?
No.
Or you go straight away to Facebook
See,
Live?
for my for अच्छा
Facebook Live?
Instagram Live तो मैं
Direct.
सीधा Instagram पे ही करता हूँ, राइट, डायरेक्ट, ठीक है ना. और ऑडियो पॉडकास्ट के लिए मैं ऑडिबल यूज करता हूँ.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I'll be starting give offer for next 5 days. I'll test this, that how much is working. If not, I'll change. Well, I'll tweak as based on.
Exactly. That's, see, at the end of the day, that is what all of us are intending, that which offer works. Once it's working, we do more of it.
Because अभी 2 हफ्ते से काफी काम था, so I didn't work on
नहीं,
that
बिल्कुल,
part.
बिल्कुल.
Next week, I'm targeting कि ठीक है, whatever it is, I have to do it because otherwise it is getting delayed and there is no point of it.
Correct. Good. So, like I said, I'm looking at 2 parts for me. One is, of course, rereading the whole campaign thing. And we are anyway applying it as we are prepping for the batch 2 of IHNLP, which will be, promo will be through the next 4 to 6 weeks, give or take. Yeah. Nice. So, with that, it is time for Alvida. But before we do that, maybe we can take a photo. Let me just set this up. How do we do this? Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, it's also coming for me now. 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm just setting it up. I don't have all my fancy gizmos. Okay. So ready, time for photos in 3, 2, 1. Nice. We get it. We'll get one more. We'll get one. I literally had my eyes closed. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. This one, you should see the one I took. We'll take it one more time. Like a see and smile, Tinkle Comics. Right? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah, this was. Okay, one was good for me. The second one was like Hitman. You'll see. You'll see what I mean. Nice.
एक
Yes,
चीज-
Meenu,
Last
go ahead.
time is show us Snoopy and then end.
Ruby went off long ago. I'll send photo. Ah, yes, Meenu, go ahead.
जो आपका ये फोटो है अभी बैकग्राउंड का एंड जो कपिल का है, आप जब हिलते हो तो वो होता है कुछ
Yeah, there
कला
is because
artistic
this
है।
it doesn't pick up. There's something with the green screen. They've not yet figured it out. ये जो beach वाला है, this I have seen this in some other podcasts as well. It actually shows you what's in the background. That's why it looks a
Are
little.
you using the green screen?
No. It's that
और-
simple
हाँ, तो जब
screen
green
का.
screen होता है तब नहीं होता.
I know.
हाँ,
I know.
अभी तो आई एम नॉट यूजिंग द ग्रीन स्क्रीन.
Exactly.
इसलिए
क्योंकि कपिल जब हिल रहे हैं तो उनका फोटो और जो वो हिल रहा है ना वो नहीं फटता, पर जब आप हिलते हो तो वो फटता है, मतलब इधर भी दिख रहा है आपके
हाँ, so that
रात के
is
light।
मैं
because
हेवी ड्यूटी हूँ ना.
exactly, and it's also because if I take this off,
हाँ,
now it
better हो गया.
doesn't.
नहीं हिलो
Now
better
it
हो गया.
does. You're seeing it?
Right.
See,
Correct.
थोड़ा
basically
होता
the picture is not able to. 1 second.
तो जैसे राहुल जो हिंदू गॉड्स एंड गॉडेसेस होते हैं ना, तो
उनके
थोड़ा
aura
वो
होता है।
राउंड है. हाँ, उनका ऑरा तो वैसा सही दिखता है ये.
See, Kinal नहीं होके भी Kinal is here,
Correct.
right?
Kinal
So
is with us in spirit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. With
So, yeah.
us, you know.
No, but I
Yes.
think in the tech part of it, your question is valid. Tech part of it, they've not been
Yes.
able to key out this. That is why
Yes.
when I move, it doesn't, it sort of pixelates.
Hmm.
There is that missing piece. Anyway. Chalo, bye log. Have a wonderful, beautiful week ahead. May you all draw truly amazing, fantastic students and clients and catchings, right? In dollars and INRs and everything in between, right?
Yes.
This is the power of group energy. Think about it, right?
All are
Imagine
students.
all
Yeah.
of us together are thinking the same thing. It makes it
Yes.
easier for the money gods, for the Lakshmis and the Saraswatis to say, right? It's
Bless-
both.
bless-
It's
bless-
both also, na? We are also on the track to find the funnel, the offer, right? That works. The signal that people are like, wow, where were you all my life?
Sleeping
na?
us and us now. Yes, I got it. How they can sniff us and like
How they can
Snoopy.
sniff us.
Yeah. How can they can sniff me now?
No, how they can sniff us. It's okay. We love dogs. We love dogs
Yeah.
and cats and all the animals in between.
चलो जी, right?
Chalo, geez.
सर को जाना है
Bye.
डिनर
Yes.
मंगा-
हाँ, बिल्कुल dinner
Happy,
पे जाना है.
happy Daddy's Day. Yes. Have a wonderful time. See you guys. Lots of love. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.